You're watching the Chevrolet Sports Night. This is the Mako moment in sports history.
On this day in 1997, the Carolina Panthers faced the defending Super Bowl champion Dallas Cowboys in the Panthers' first ever playoff game. Quarterback Kerry Collins threw for 2 touchdowns and kicker John Casey connected on 4 field goals to give Carolina a 26-17 win. On the pitch, Wake Forest's John Baccaro was awarded college soccer's top honor on Friday. The senior forward is the winner of the 2017 Mack Hermann Trophy, which is given annually to the best player in the NCAA on both the men's and women's side. We're talking the equivalent of the Heisman Trophy here, folks, but for soccer. Now, Baccaro, who was also named the ACC's Offensive Player of the Year, led the nation in scoring, notching 16 goals and 14 assists for the Deacs. He is the second straight Wake Forest player to win the Mack Hermann Trophy after Ian Harkes earned the award last year. In hoops, Greensboro Swarm playing the Delaware 86ers and former Bobcat Emeka Okafor. The 2005 NBA Rookie of the Year got on the boards early, finishes with a tip. He finishes with 8 points. Swarm down 21-8 in transition. Mango Mathiang finishes with the dunk. 17 points, 6 boards for him. Archie Goodwin bringing it up. He leaves space, and he's going to pop 3. Swarm still down by 12. Now watch Cap Barber. Do work, son. Spin move, reverse, nasty move. The Swarm would fall short, however, 97-84. In college buckets, Elon in action at Northeastern, looking to stay unbeaten in the CAA, but the Phoenix got blitzed in the first half. Vaza Pushitsa with a 3-ball to make it 37-12. Northeastern led by 21 at the break. Second half, Elon pushing for a comeback. Tyler Seedbring dials up a triple to trim the lead to 10. It's a perfect corporate vehicle. I don't care what you say, Dwight. And then with less than a minute to play, bad pass stolen by Steven Santa Anna. Gets the layup, and it's a 4-point game. But the turnover bug bites back in the closing moments. Elon throws it away, and Sean Osius punctuates it with a dunk as the Phoenix fall on the road 72-60. UNC Wilmington still looking for their first win streak of the season. Seahawks on the road at Towson, getting the steal here in the second half as Ty Taylor cruising the other way for the layup. He was tied for a team high with this next fella, Devontae Kaycock, 15 points, 10 rebounds. He powers home the dunk to keep UNC Dub within 5. Later on, though, just too much Towson. Too much of Mike Morsell. He dropped 24 points to help the Tigers pull away, 89-71, the final. Now, switching back to football, it's a huge weekend in both the NCAA and the NFL. Since it's Friday, and because I need to make up money for spending money at Christmas, I have the honor of making some Friday picks. We'll start with the showdown in Atlanta. Alabama is a 4-point favorite in the national championship game against hometown Georgia Bulldogs. Now, UGA's Rose Bowl victory over Oklahoma was one of the most exciting in recent memory. Dogs have 2 great running backs in Nick Chubb and Sony Michel. But you gotta like the poise of freshman quarterback Jake Fromm, who treated the Sooners' defense like a sieve at the Rose Bowl. But Alabama's defense, man, they're a very different monster. We've seen it over and over again in Nick Saban's tenure. If you try to grind it out on the ground against the Crimson Tide, it's not going to bode well for you. I think this is going to be a low-scoring affair, and I think it's actually going to be Bama winning by exactly 4 points. Of course, that would be a push, so I'm going to stick with the favorite, give Bama the win. Title number 5 under Coach Nick Saban. Calder, lock that puppy in. Now, switching over to the pros, the Panthers and the Saints are the marquee matchup in the NFC's wild card weekend. New Orleans swept both games, as we mentioned earlier, against Carolina in the regular season, and they're 7-point favorites in this one. Now, the recipe for a Panthers win is simple. Keep Drew Brees and the Saints off the field and hope for a big game from Cam Newton. Now, when you look at these two teams on paper, New Orleans certainly seems to have more potent offensive weapons. You look at Alvin Kamara, he's been a beast, but Newton can be the great equalizer since he can both run and throw like few others in the league. But Nolans is rolling, folks. The Saints have been the Panthers' kryptonite this season because they are a bad matchup for them. Carolina may struggle to cover Michael Thomas, and that will lead to running room for Mark Ingram and Kamara. New Orleans will score points in this one. I don't think the Panthers have enough firepower to keep up. I'm sorry. I'm picking the Saints, laying the touchdown. The other wild card matchup in the NFC is going to not be bad either. The LA Rams are giving 6 points to the visiting Atlanta Falcons. This game obviously features 2 explosive offenses, but I think defense may be the difference. Atlanta's defense played pretty well down the stretch to get them in the playoffs. They held Cam Newton to a season-low QB rating in Week 17. They don't got the difference makers that the Rams do. Aaron Donald, Robert Quinn, and that LA front is going to bother Matt Ryan, force turnovers, and pull out the victory. LA is going to cover on the spread on this one. Now, the AFC playoffs aren't as glamorous, but they count just the same. KC playing host to Tennessee. The Chiefs are favored by 8.5 at home. KC was red hot to start the season. Looked like they might be the best team in the league. I think they're talented, but I don't quite trust them in the playoffs. This is the 4th trip for the Chiefs to the playoffs in 5 seasons, and so far, only got 1 win to show for it. Now, I'm not going to fully endorse the Titans either because they're missing DeMarco Murray, and the defense can be suspect, but I do think they'll keep it close. I'll take the 8.5 points and pick Tennessee. Last one on the weekend slate, the Buffalo Bills ending their playoff drought in Jacksonville. Break out some of those Duff's wings, folks. This is also an 8.5 point spread, with the Jags playing the favorite at home. Now, Jacksonville has an elite defense that's carried them to this point, and they certainly are capable of winning the game all by themselves. But Buffalo has overachieved all year, and I think they're riding high after finally breaking through to the postseason. You gotta like the energy coming from Buffalo. I expect LaShawn McCoy to play and to help the Bills score just enough to win this game. You heard it, baby. I'm picking the win outright. I don't need the points, because I'll take them anyway. Buffalo Bills are the upset special of the week. Now let's check in on the results of our Twitter poll. We want to know which head coach you thought would be worthy of a 10-year, $100 million contract. I'm buying mom and dad a new house with that. Looks like 41% of you kind of feel what myself and our sports department thought, that no coach is worth it. 35% of you said Bill Belichick. Well, let's see what he does after this season, right? 13% of you said the ghost of Vince Lombardi. That's not coming back. And John Gruden, I'll tell you what, that guy's a grinder, man. 11% say that he is worth it. We're going to see. I mean, they missed the playoffs this year, but he's a quarterback guru. Let's see what Gruden can do going back to Oakland. Folks, we are out of time here. We're going to have so much action coming from New Orleans. Mike Solarte is down the Big Easy. He's going to have more breakdowns coming for you Saturday. We've got a full slate of college hoops on tap. JD Riggs is going to be back in the chair. So listen, it's cold outside. Get your shopping done early. Come in, join us for the Chevrolet Sports Night at 10 o'clock. You won't regret it. Until then, I'm Mike Toper. Have a good night.
Chevrolet Sports Night is a presentation of Spectrum News.